So we're on Modern Warfare 3, but we're on the Xbox One. So if you guys didn't know, they made Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 backwards compatible out of the blue. Oh, it's awesome. Look how many players. There's 32,000 players on this, and this is currently at almost midnight, so there's probably around 40 to 50k.
Who could have guessed from this exciting update that brought new life into Modern Warfare 3 that it would ultimately lead to its irreversible downturn? But it's not only MW3, all backwards compatible Call of Duty on the Xbox platform is broken whether you choose to play on the 360 or the Xbox One. Hi, my name is Nostalgia FPS, and in today's video we're going to be taking a deep dive into nostalgic Call of Duties on the Xbox platform, why it broke down, and why PlayStation is the new wave for this generation of Call of Duty games. So I've made reference to the fact that Xbox Call of Duty, it doesn't play well, but can you play it at all? Thankfully, the answer to that is yes, you can play it online from the Xbox One or the 360, they're the same servers. And just like PlayStation or Steam MW3, the connections from player to player are peer-to-peer, regardless of the console you're on. In early 2018, if you wanted to play Modern Warfare 3 on your Xbox, you would get it on your 360, you'd hop online, and you would be able to find a match, but it was only peer-to-peer with other Xbox 360 players. Then in June of 2018, the backwards compatibility update came out, and people started noticing a lot of problems. While everything still worked the same as far as being in a match, peer-to-peer, same servers, the matchmaking process was irreversibly damaged, and players now have great difficulty finding one another through the matchmaking service. Even worse, these problems are amplified if you try to find a match with a party. It's almost impossible at this point. After months and months of this tedious process, a lot of players have just abandoned Xbox Call of Duty. Sitting in wait times for up to an hour and unable to find matches with your friends, it's just not an experience that a lot of people are patient enough to enjoy. Now, the example that I've given is Modern Warfare 3 and how backwards compatibility has affected it, but I'd like to remind you that Modern Warfare 3 was one of the last Call of Duties to be given the backwards compatible treatment. All this is to say, Call of Duty's been broken on the Xbox platform for quite a while, and there's no fix in sight. So let's go through an example and pretend that you're one of these people that have given up on Xbox Modern Warfare 3. But you still want to play Modern Warfare 3, you still want to experience it. What options do you have? Well, if you have a PC good enough, which is not very hard, you could play Plutonium IW5. It's the best way to play Modern Warfare 3, there's new maps, new guns, new everything. I think it's the best experience for Modern Warfare 3. That being said, me personally, number one, I have trouble recording on PC because my PC is not very good. But also, I am not good on keyboard and mouse, so what now? Plutonium IW5 does have controller support, but there's no aim assist, and controller versus keyboard and mouse, you're at a complete disadvantage. So I still love console and controller, and the most reasonable option that I see is what somebody like Flaz Reaction has done, and that is moving to PlayStation 3. Big shout out to Flaz Reaction, he's a great guy, and his Twitch is going to be in the description below, but he was the first guy that I was friends with on Xbox that I, noticed streaming and doing stuff that was just having a lot of problems on Xbox and swapped to PlayStation 3. He was basically the inspiration for my turn back to PlayStation 3. And I say turn back to PlayStation 3 because I was actually on PlayStation from 2011 to 2014. What's so crazy to me about all of this is I stopped playing Call of Duty and video games in 2014, I went to college in 2016. I was basically done with video games, but then Fortnite got really popular. Honestly, grinding Fortnite, as cheesy as it sounded, it really got me back into gaming. And then if you remember, Fortnite was like 2017, that was like season 2 or whatever. So in early 2018, I was still playing Fortnite, and then I heard Modern Warfare 3 got a backwards compatibility update for the Xbox One platform. I didn't have an Xbox One, but I did have an Xbox 360, so I dusted that off. I started playing Modern Warfare 3 on Xbox 360 in 2018. I really enjoyed the rapidly growing community that Xbox Modern Warfare 3 had because of that update, so I decided that I wanted to get an Xbox One for the holiday Christmas season coming up. So to tie everything together and bring this full circle, it was this update in 2018 that brought me to the Xbox platform. But the crazy thing is, now in 2021, when I look back on that 2018 update, I see it as the reason that Xbox Modern Warfare 3 has died. So it's ironic that it brought me to the platform, but it's also the reason that I'm leaving the platform. I don't know if that really makes much sense, but that's just bizarre to me how all that worked out. So as I kind of alluded to, I do have a PC and I do have Plutonium IW5. I've been enjoying playing that a little bit, but I'm really enjoying playing PlayStation once again. PlayStation 3 never had backwards compatibility, so the issues that Xbox has that I was talking about, it never really experienced that. There was a brief point in time where it was really hard to find PlayStation matches for Modern Warfare 3, but some kind of update fixed that. But me and Flaz Reaction, we're not the only ones that are switching from Xbox to PlayStation. Right now, we're seeing a huge boom of players moving over to the PlayStation platform. My friends Swarms, Vis Destructions, Gaza, those are just a few that I can name off the top of my head, and I know that there's more that are planning to switch. But there's kind of a catch to the PlayStation platform, and it's a serious bummer. The PlayStation Online system got an update in 2018 that allowed you to change your name, but the legacy platform, the PlayStation 3, you were never able to change your name. So players that changed their name weren't able to go back and play Modern Warfare 3 or other Call of Duty. So like, you change your name on PlayStation, works fine, but you change your name on PlayStation 3, and it's like you kind of never existed. The same theory applies with a new account. So you can buy a PlayStation, you can make an account, but when you go online to play on the PlayStation 3 platform, they never knew you before 2018 when the name change update happened, so they don't recognize you after. That's kind of like the best way that I can explain that. So if you want to play Call of Duty on PlayStation 3, you are going to have an account that was made before 2018. Some games like Modern Warfare 2, they let you sign in, let you play a few games, you get to rank 7 or 8, however high up you can get, but then you turn off your console and the next time you sign in, your progress is erased. Other games like Modern Warfare 3, you can, sign in, get to the menu, try and join a game, but when you do, everything just crashes for you and you get kicked back to the menu. Despite all these troubles with new accounts, many people are still dedicated to swapping over to PlayStation 3. They're purchasing PlayStation 3s. But the thing that they have to do is they have to purchase an account from somebody who had one, before 2018. So it's a very risky process, and I want to say right now, if you are planning on switching to PlayStation 3, please do not take this as my recommendation. I don't recommend that you switch to PlayStation 3 if you don't have an account. Technically, purchasing someone else's PlayStation account and using it as your own is actually against the terms of service. So, like from a YouTube perspective, I can't come on here and say, oh yeah, switch over, just buy an account off somebody. You're not supposed to do that. Now, can I blame the people that are buying accounts and stuff like that? Of course not. I completely understand, and it makes sense, but just like from a perspective of a YouTuber, I don't think I'm allowed to advocate against the PlayStation terms of service. Now, with the PlayStation, there are some other issues. Going back to Modern Warfare 3, there's frame rate issues, some stuttering, stuff like that. It's not as optimized as the Xbox version of the game. On that note, the sound works a little bit differently for Modern Warfare 3. Just some different, general differences that you should be aware of. You also need an HDMI splitter if you plan on recording the gameplay because of certain encoding that the PlayStation does. But I would say in terms of, just getting on, playing, and enjoying Call of Duty, I would say PlayStation is your best option if you prefer console. But if you are, you got a PC and you're willing, then I think Plutonium IW5 is probably the best way that you can play Modern Warfare 3 at the moment. So that is going to conclude my ramblings on the Modern Warfare 3 situation right now. I hope you guys did enjoy. I know this video is getting up to like the 8-minute mark, 9-minute mark, so I hope that you guys, enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider liking or subscribing. But yeah, that's going to wrap up everything for me. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.